Welcome to the Mountain Bike Man podcast, morning podcast. We are designing my Diamond C trailer to carry my Can-Am Maverick, my dirt bike, and my street bike. And of course, we'll throw the two electric mountain bikes on top of the rig. Can-Am Maverick. Not in a hurry to do that. It's quite a thought process, quite a bit of work. Can it be done? Yes. Easily? Pretty easy. Is it easy to load and unload? Pretty easy. Your street bike would be pretty easy to load up and unload by yourself. You could pull over anywhere, leave everything on the truck, unload your street bike, take off, go for a ride. If you're on a scenic stretch of road somewhere in La La Land, and you could do it all very easily. That's when you would want to take your Can-Am Maverick and your dirt bike and the street bike. We got to, I'll get online this morning and I'll go on to Amazon. I'll take a look at the plates again. I had plates picked out for my mountain bike, but we'll pick out, I think they were smaller plates. We'll pick out a little bit bigger ones, say 10 inches by 14 inches. And on one of those plates, I'll cut off, I think I need 3 of them. I'm going to try to get 8-inch plates, but either way, the middle plate, I will cut off a strip. Let's say it's 8 by 14. I'll cut an 1.25 inch strip, 2 of them, 8 inches long, so I can extend. There was a time where that first of all, I will say that motorized vehicle right there is not allowed on this path. Totally illegal. I'm not going to call the cops or anything. I'm just telling you, it's illegal. But there's not enough police to enforce such activity. There again, yesterday, three kids on these electric dirt bikes were ripping through the park, ripping up the grass and sod at some park. And then last night, 3 kids riding like absolute maniacs in traffic. We just had a kid on a scooter, 16-year-old. He crashed, and he took him about 2 weeks or 3 weeks after the crash. He died. That play, that move that I seen that kid make yesterday in traffic with his electric dirt bike, he's well on his way to getting killed. There's going to be a lot of kids that die on their electric dirt bikes. They might eventually progress to motorized dirt bikes. They're going to get killed there then. Good looking husky.
Thank you. Yes.
You want to get rid of them?
Unfortunately, I like them.
Okay, all right. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, we ain't got time to fuck around. We got things to do. Too many people, too many dogs. This one's not very social, like his father. He's not socially acclimated, huh, Buck? No poopa. But anyways, lost my train of thought there. Yeah, there's no hurry to get that project done, but it sure is going to be interesting once I do get it done. You know, you have aspirations to go up to the Black Hills again, but I won't ever go there. It's unfortunate. They get hail there quite frequently. Your vehicle can receive hail damage. And my Black Raptor got stuck in hail up there. And you know, I had to put up with little hail pits in the roof of my truck. Fortunately, that's the only place that I had hail pits. There's one small little hail pit on the driver's side door. You could barely see it. You had, I think on the front bumper fender, there was a small one that you could barely see. Other than that, everything else was on the roof. You don't need that shit in your file, man. They were supposed to have a 100-year storm in North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota with hail here. I read that. I read it in the news recently. It was like a week ago or so. Let's see if we can get ahead of this guy, because this guy's slow as butter. Too much hail in South Dakota, point being. Stop. It's a small dog. It's a small opening underneath that fence. Obviously the dog can't get through there. But I'll guarantee you one thing, a coyote could grab that dog by the head and pull it through. And yes, there are coyotes in this neighborhood. I don't see them too often anymore, but I do see them occasionally. At night, generally late at night or very early in the morning. Dark. It's dark out. Yeah, we'll research the aluminum plates. The very thin nylon isolation washers between aluminum and steel when you bolt aluminum to steel. We'll take a look at I'll get the aluminum angle iron from Home Depot, but we'll also take a look at the self-standing wheel chuck, the one where when you roll your bike into it, it'll hold your bike up momentarily until you tie it down. You want to get one of those type of wheel chucks versus the kind that I have on the trailer now. When you roll that bike up, you want it to drop into that wheel chuck and just sit there. So that's what we will do. We'll check them out. I'll get them all put into my Amazon basket, and when I'm ready to squeeze the trigger on it, we'll do it. Oh, the ramp too. We have to take a look at a 6-foot ramp with a couple of ears on the end that you can use a wing nut and bolt to secure to the aluminum deck. There'll be an aluminum ramp also. And of course the plank that you walk up on, I've got one of those already, so we're good there. But you'll have your screw gun with you. Watch your head. You'll make sure everything's secure the whole shoot match. I'll tell you what, man, buying a house in Vegas back in the day, if I had to do it all over, maybe a couple of mesquite trees, but forget about the other shit. The pine trees aren't too bad. They're pretty maintenance free other than the pine needles. But the palm trees, oh man, they're a living fucking nightmare for maintenance. Every year You need to prune them. I don't do that, but it's very expensive to prune them now. When they get high like that, the Mexicans know that you can't do it anymore, so they charge you way too much. I could still do them, but I'm not going to. I've got the lanyard, I've got the chain, I've got the whole fucking enchilada, but I ain't gonna do it. That's a lot of work. The next time I have it done, they'll do it for 700. I'll get them down to 700. They'll do every tree, and they'll pick up every frond. So we went, good boy. We went on the super long walk. Now I don't want this boy to get too muddy, so because we're gonna go to the car wash. So I'm gonna spray down a very limited area. And I'm not gonna spray it down that much. He does need to cool off. This dog's got 15 gallons of water. What that equates to is I could fall off the face of the earth for 2 weeks. And this dog would have plenty of water to drink for 2 weeks if he had to. We're gonna go with something like that right there. Like I said, we're gonna go get a car wash. The dog's coming with me. I don't want him to get real muddy. I'll brush him before we leave too. That gives him a couple of cool areas to lay down in. Yeah, we'll get on Amazon. We'll find the plates. 3 plates, 1 on each end, 1 in the middle. You can't just have the angle iron in the middle. It won't be strong enough. You need to have another plate bolted on in the center. The nylon isolation washers between aluminum and steel. The freestanding wheel chock. All that kind of stuff, man. We'll take a look into it. You know, I'm not sure if I have to move the wheel chock for the dirt bike back or not. I mean, if you move the rig back a foot, I may have to move that wheel chock back a foot. I think I designed it to where it has to be right there in order for the handlebars to be out of the way of the cockpit of the rig and the whole enchilada, you know what I'm saying? There's a thought process here, gentlemen. You have to, I think if I move the rig back, I may have to move the dirt bike back also, because where the wheel chock is for the dirt bike, it may be in the way of where the street bike has to mount. It may have to go, that wheel chock for the street bike may have to be right there. So that's why I may have to move it. All of the weight of the dirt street bike will be resting on essentially that steel beam on the front of the trailer that I showed you yesterday. All of the weight will be on there. It's just that there'll be a wider area with inverted angle iron used for rails, the width of the front tire. So once you get the front tire rolling down that support that holds the bike, once you get rolling down, it stays right on top, right inside of that channel. And then of course the channel for the rear tire will be a little bit wider. Point being, once you get the bike up there, it'll probably be, and there'll be wheel straps also, by the way, guys, on each tire, even the front one. But you'll cut slots in the aluminum to run a wheel strap also, for sure. It's aluminum. You can drill it very easy. You can file it real easy and make it real smooth. But yeah, anyways, you want to make sure that bike is secure. You want to make sure that it can't slide in either direction, either forward or backward or sideways. And that's what those aluminum inverted angle irons will do. They will keep the bike secure. I was thinking 1 inch, but I think I might go like 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches angle iron. I like to have a nice deep rail to, in case you hit a bump and maybe it could possibly bounce out of it. Not likely with wheel straps, but certainly 1.25 inch aluminum by 1/4 inch thick aluminum angle iron, bolted down with nylon bolts from the first plate all the way to the last plate on the 3 plates that hold the bike. Something to think about, gentlemen. We're going to take a look at the plates online on Amazon this morning, and we're also going to take a look at that freestanding wheel chock, see if that's a viable option. I can use the standard wheel chock that I have right now also. It's just it's not freestanding. Once you set it into that wheel chock, you have to be prepared to put a couple of safety tag lines on it without bending over and shit like that. You've got to have tag lines ready that you can just reach for and tie your bike off momentarily until you're able to secure it with ratchet tie downs. So it's an option also, because I know those freestanding wheel chocks are pretty expensive. Anyways, that's it for the Mountain Bike Man morning podcast. It's time to go relax and eat breakfast and do a little research on Amazon.